Hey guys, gonna do a quick video response here. Corvus Miniatures posted a video. I don't know if it was yesterday or the day before, but sometime in the last couple days, asking for some help and a little bit of feedback about the community in general. So I got some notes over here to the left. I'm gonna go through and answer these questions in a video response. All right, his first request is he's trying to come up with a way that works well for him to record his tutorials and how he's painting and stuff. And which, yeah, I'll be honest, I'd love to see it because the guy's a fantastic painter. But if you guys have watched my old videos, you should probably know I've tried different angles. I've tried positioning the camera in between me and what I'm painting. The first thing is I don't think I'm the best painter in the world. So that's something I've been focusing on more than trying to figure out how to record it, in frame a little better, compared to what some of the other guys do. So I'm trying to get my painting level to where I want it before I start trying to get that camera back in between me and what I'm painting. One of the things he mentions, which I do a lot too, is sometimes I get really close to the miniature, and I can't do that with the camera in between me and the miniature. As far as what I would suggest is, just from what I've picked up through watching other people's videos, is try to take some test runs with your camera to just frame up. Hopefully you can see the frames on your computer with your webcam or your camera set up. If not, it might take more, a little bit more time and patience. But try to frame it up where you're wanting to paint, where your camera's positioned, and then go down and mark your table. Basically frame it in on your table, underneath the surface where you're going to be doing your painting. That should get you the forward, back, right, left. Then horizontally, or not horizontally, but vertically, then I would think maybe a ruler or a clamp or something, and then mark it with like some type of board or pen or something taped to it. And okay, well that's, I can only go so high before I'm out of frame again. So I would think if you do that, that would be able to keep you in frame. And then from there, it's just practice, I would think, to just, get used to having that camera that close to you, or, in between you and the model that you're painting. Which, I know it can't be easy for any of the people out there to do it, even though some of them make it look easy. To me, it's always going to be difficult. When you learn to paint and you don't have anything, around you or in between you, and then all of a sudden you've got to get to that point, it's got to be, difficult. So that's all I got on that. He asked about Finecast. I don't have any experience with it. I was gone from the community almost the same time frame he was, about 8 months last year. I haven't bought any Finecast models. Honestly, at this point, I don't have any plans to in the near future. The only two GW armies that I build are Tyranids and Black Templar, and I've got plenty of those to last me for a while. Unless a new codex comes out for either of them, that would almost force me to buy some different models or something. I've got pretty much plenty, or all I'm going to need for those. So I don't really have any personal experience. I've seen the same stuff that he probably has out there. I see some people giving props to the amount of detail that they can get in these Finecast models. But then at the same time, I see a lot of people complaining about the quality of the casting. Way too much flash, or the biggest concern that I hear people voicing their opinions about is the air bubbles in the casting. And I talked to one of the other guys in the community, and I said if it's in the armor, you could pretty much just roll with it and pretty much say it's battle damage and just paint it up that way. But when it's in a model's skin or something like that, it's a little bit harder to try to come up with a solution other than just green stuffing it and fixing a model that you paid, 12 to X amount of dollars to just buy in the first place, yet here you are trying to repair that model. The community, I do think the YouTube community, you guys probably seen videos that I've done recently. The YouTube community is just a fantastic community for miniature wargaming, hobby painting, people sharing tips, tricks. it goes beyond just, the people that you interact with, where you're basically just hitting that like button. Don't get me wrong, I hit a lot of like buttons. If I watch a video and I get something out of it, which I'll talk about in a second here, what I get out of the community. But if I get anything out of it, I'm gonna hit that like button. I was raised, the old-fashioned way, where if you ain't got something nice to say, don't say it. Again, I'll touch on that here in a minute. But to me, I don't know if I've ever hit a dislike button. To me, it's either I'm hitting that like button or I'm just going past the video, and I viewed it. I didn't really get anything out of it. I don't have an opinion about it, so I'm not going to just hit a dislike button. But if I enjoyed the video, even if it was simply entertaining, I'm going to hit the like button. Now, what I get out of stuff, feedback on the videos I do, again, I don't want people to just come and hit the like button. If they do, that's fine. But to me, any kind of feedback is going to be great. It's not always just the pat on the back, like, hey, your model looks awesome, or I like what you did here. The constructive criticism from feedback to videos is very important to me. Like I said, I'm still learning this stuff. So if somebody out there has a tip or a trick or a suggestion to try something different, then I'm going to do it. So it doesn't always have to be a positive feedback. Positive feedback can be spun where I can learn from things too. And, I encourage everybody to do that on other videos too. Some people might get offended by it, but, I'm pretty thick-skinned. I can take quite a bit. I let stuff roll off me. Like I said, I'm in this community to learn from, everybody out there. So I get a lot of learning possibilities out of the community. The second thing is inspiration. Watching the videos, whether it's a showcase or a tutorial or even a battle rep, seeing these miniatures being worked on, painted, assembled, converted, that stuff inspires me to get upstairs, hit my painting desk, and get some stuff done. I'll be honest, without watching these videos and having that inspiration, I wouldn't get anything painted probably. And it's not that I don't like to paint. I got a lot of stuff on my plate. I travel a lot for work. I even try to take miniatures with me on the road. That way, if I get some inspiration while I'm on the road, I can get back to the hotel, bust out the paints and the model, and just get a little painting done. But to me, circling back around, I need that inspiration, that thing to drive me to get to painting. Another thing is I got 3 models that I just finished assembling today that I'm going to ship down to one of the other guys, a buddy of mine in the community. I'm going to ship to him to paint. I think he's a great painter. I have a lot of stuff that needs painted, and it's not that I'm in a hurry to get this stuff painted. But to me, it's more about getting these models down there, him to paint them. Somebody from the community that I think he's a great painter. I respect him as a person, not just as a painter. So to have that model be painted by him or somebody else in the community, because I don't think this is going to be the only time I do this, but to have these models painted by people that I consider friends, that I respect in this community, come back to me and I get to play with them in these games, that's just freaking awesome in my opinion. And to me, that's the kind of stuff that this community is all about. Let's see, the last thing, or actually 2 more things. The length of comments in YouTube videos. We're limited to 500 characters, which can get eaten up pretty quick. I can be long-winded sometimes, so I find myself either shortening a response or just doing a couple quick ones. Maybe 300 characters here, another 300 here if I wasn't going to fit it into one. But I don't think that's ever going to go away. I'm still going to do text responses to a lot of videos. Because a lot of times I'm watching these things, sitting in a lobby somewhere waiting for an appointment, or, over at somebody's house waiting for them to get ready to go do something else, or taking a quick break at work. So in those cases, I might give a quick text response. But he mentions the video responses like this, and I think that is, a great idea. So I'm going to try to do more video responses like this if it's something I feel I can add to the conversation, and that I think it takes more than just 500 words or something to get it out. The other thing I'll say, finish on this, as far as video responses, I know there's a lot of people out there in the community that don't feel confident, whether it's their camera's not up to standard that they want to share things, whether it's what they're painting or how they're painting it. A video response to anything that me or any of the other guys do to basically give suggestions or criticisms or ideas, or even a request like, hey, I'd like to see you do something like this, and request that to us in the community on one of our channels. That stuff can go viral. I remember that happened not a lot, but a couple times last year, and a lot of responses got kicked up out of it. That's how the community grows. So don't be shy, guys. If you got a camera, a 2 megapixel webcam like I got in my laptop, and you just want to put out a video request to some of us, man, do it. Attach it to a response to some videos. Get the the ideas out there, and let us all run with it. So I thank you guys. Do a video response to this, attach it either to mine or go over to Corvus Miniatures and attach it to his original response, and let's see if we can get something going with this. Talk to you guys later. And Bingo was his name.